There's a pandemic outside, but that never stop we from put on with orange clothes and with green clothes and go out there, go stand up in the hot sun to support the candidates.
It was a cool day.
It's another episode of Campaign Chronicles. I'm your host, Davina. Nomination Day has come and gone, but one thing is constant with us Jamaicans. We love excitement. Joining me this week is my co-host, Marlon Campbell.
Hey, everybody.
Marlon, let's start with Dr. Desmond Brennan. He had the most interesting arrival for Nomination Day, coming in on his, I'm going to use the word, white horse. Yeah, just galloping in.
I don't find it strange. I don't any stranger than somebody riding in on a bike or so. He's a
Did you find it strange, though, that at one point the donkey...
It's a horse. The horse.
Okay.
The
horse. It looked a little mangy. That's why I keep saying donkey. But the horse
Kid, man. Anyway.
decided it could go no further. It said, you know, you have to go with God because I can't go, Dr.
Probably
Brennan.
the noise.
It's the noise.
Probably the noise, yeah.
It's the noise why the horse decides not to go.
All of them noise people was like, listen, me.
Sir, I think it was at this moment the horse decided, you know what? Maybe it is time for me and my neighbor to go over to Labour.
No, of course not. Of course not. There's no place in Labour for the poor horse.
And then Dalvaz came on Twitter and was like, the horse is a Labourite, me not ask.
Actually,
Christ.
his words were that donkey is a Labourite.
You see, everybody think it's a donkey.
Right? But then you could say that that's redundancy.
You know what? Let's continue. Speaking...
Or hold it. Or is that double negative? I'm just checking.
Speaking of Labour rights, you know, Nomination Day, Rambo woke up, you know, sniffing around the yard for some food, you know, just a look for some chicken bone and thing. And what Rambo woke up in a paint in him face.
JLP dog, you see it? JLP dog black, see it there?
You see that now? You know what that tells you? You notice that the horse wasn't painted.
It had some orange streaks.
Tied on. We're not into animal cruelty.
As is now customary for JLP supporters and candidates, Clark's was the order of the day for Nomination Day. So, of course, Andrew Holness was in his, Floyd Green was in his neon Clark's, Heroy from Montego Bay in Clark's, Rhoda Moy Crawford from Manchester in her Clark's, and I saw the PNP's Patrick Roberts also came out in his Clark's. And then I saw Mike Henry in what appears to be a Clark's. I'm not a Clark's connoisseur, but do you think that was a Clark's?
You know what? I find the idea that we're questioning whether or not Mike Henry actually has a Clark's to be... It's almost insulting. Mike Henry was probably around before Clark's were invented. And we are questioning whether or not this man would know what a Clark's is. It is shameful. I'm sorry. No. The brother who invented Clark's probably used to call him Mass Mike. So therefore, I'm going to say, you know what? Mike Henry, whatever it is that he's wearing, I'm going to call it. It's probably the prototype Clark's. You never know. He might have had it from when them just invent Clark's.
Wow. The Angel took some time from her busy OnlyFans schedule to do a dub for Juliet Cuthbert.
Right now, Juliet not have no worries. She a lead on everything, yes.
As you know, Cuthbert is going up against Krystal Tomlinson, who is the Angel's ex-husband's now partner. I hope you followed all of that. It's a lot.
You're all in for a proper unseating in West Rural Centre.
You believe that Krystal is going to take it?
Believe me, say yeah, try to take it off of faith. No, I know. And by the way, I actually commend that move by MP Cuthbert. That was, you see, that me like.
It was the right move. It was.
It's nice and fun. You know, and everything. It's nice and fun, and which takes me into the whole dub thing where people just getting so uptight about it. It's just a little fun. I mean, the manifestos. The PNP's manifesto is out.
Wow.
At least, I mean, well, they have one.
Wow.
I can't speak to anybody else's, but yeah, so the points are out.
Speaking of dub, I saw that Peter Bunting has also gone international with his dub.
Darling, it makes sense. One of the kings of power soca.
We have the sound of power. PNP voter.
No.
For me no Peter Phillips a real G. Can't only me a ball out. Love paint.
That's Dovey Magnum. You approve that?
What?
The dub plate.
Well, what I can say about this
No, but
campaign?
that's an easy question, no, Dr. Village.
Yeah,
you
I
approve
know,
that?
yeah.
Okay, you had heard the original?
No.
Wow. Twitter has now dubbed an MP the bun and cheese MP. Why do you ask? Because one of the achievements listed was that she distributed 2,700 bun and cheese to her constituency.
You know, Davina, I looked and I looked again because for some strange reason I was wondering, is it a student council position, somebody running for here? Why is bun and and then, you know, so September 28th is National Bun Day, Bun and Cheese Day. So we need to be careful that some people don't claim that day for themselves after that.
Finally, Carnival is supposed to be held in October, and Baby Carnival was held on Nomination Day because it was pure festivities. Everybody was out there jumping, whining, gyrating. I nearly never remember saying Nomination Day. I did really think say it was Carnival. So given that there is still a pandemic going on, if they say no to Carnival because there's a pandemic outside, what are your views based on how them did out there behave while?
All right. Please note that even though you had persons out, right, it wasn't as if that is what should have happened. Personally, my stance was I went nowhere on Nomination Day because I thought, and this was my stance, I thought all the politicians who were getting nominated should probably just go with the 10 people that them need. They probably didn't have to go themselves. That was my personal stance. Given that we're seeing even further of a spike now, though, I do think that if Carnival is not held, people should not cuss about that.
Okay.
I hope that we are in a condition that we can actually have it. Because you know me love Carnival.
We know.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what the government says at that time.
Okay.
And so forth. But I'm quite sure that, I'll leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week for Campaign Chronicles. I'm Davina. Join us next time.